All right. Today is our Healthy Scare-Free webinar, and I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Tiari Walker, Certified Health Coach, and I love Halloween. If anyone knows me, you know that I love Halloween. Obviously, I've got my bat here. But some of the things about Halloween that I don't love so much is the Candy Fest. And I think a lot of times we kind of just get sucked into it because that's what we're told to do. And I've spent many days after Halloween in a sugar hangover, or not quite fitting into my pants because it just didn't agree with me. So I don't know if you're like that, but hopefully I'll give you some tips that will help you have a really good, healthy Halloween. You know, I was looking at some interesting little statistics on Halloween, and the amount of candy that's consumed is really insane. It really is. And you know, to think that we stick our kids out there in the middle of it, it's crazy. Now, I'm not one of those moms who says that you can't have candy ever. I'm not like that at all. But I do believe that some moderation is necessary in order to keep your kids healthy. So I found this funny statistic. It said about 35 million pounds of candy corn was made for this season. 35 million pounds. And they have to make it fresh. You know, they do it every single season. That means it's about 27 candy corns per person in America. And I was astounded. I was like, oh, that doesn't make me feel very good. So how can we keep that? You know, our kids get they get to go to all of these Halloween parties at school. They get invited to birthday parties, which of course are Halloween parties, and candy is just readily available to them this time of year. So what can we do? You know, what can we do short of swatting it out of their hands and being a bully? There are a few things that you can do with your kids. I would say the very first thing you can do, especially on Halloween, is to feed them a good, nutritious dinner. And the reason why a good, nutritious dinner is going to help them is because if you pack it full of protein, they're not going to snack and munch on their candy all night long. They'll probably eat one or two things, but they're not going to take in a lot. So that would be one of my biggest suggestions. Make sure that you are packing full of a good protein dinner. I've got a great recipe for a veggie chili, and you can add chicken or beef to it as well, but it's full of protein and vegetables and goodness, and your kids don't even know that it's so good for them, but it's really awesome. Another thing that you can do with your kids is be creative. So instead of just buying a bag of candy, I know that's really easy to do. I'm guilty of it. You can buy different things or make different things. I've seen lots of cute things on Pinterest where they have little clementines and they've just colored little jack-o'-lantern faces on them. That's a really easy way. If you're going to take a treat into school to the class party, that's a fun way of doing it. You can also do little banana ghosts, where you just take half a banana and put it on a little skewer and then use little chocolate chips, the mini tiny ones, and put it on there as a ghost face. Those are two simple things that kind of make the kids feel like it's special and something fun. You could also do Jell-O. If you're going into school, do some Jell-O molds of spiders or pumpkins or bats. If you use sugar-free Jell-O, all the more power to you. And this year, I want to show you what I'm doing with my trick-or-treaters. For my trick-or-treaters, they are going to get pumpkin pretzels from me. And these are great. It's a great little serving of pumpkin pretzels. They're really just pretzels. They're not like pumpkin spiced or anything. But they're really great because it's going to give the kids something a little bit more satisfying than a piece of candy. And I always encourage them to dip it in some peanut butter or put it in with something else like a protein, like another, like a cheese stick. Eat a cheese stick and some pretzels. So that's kind of a fun idea. Something else you could do is hand out glow sticks or small coloring books or crayons or cards, something that's fun for the kids to play with instead of just eat. Because the candy, it ends up going really quick, or they end up throwing it away and they just don't eat it. So that's an idea. Be realistic. You know, this is like a prime time for retailers to really push a lot of candy and junk. And you don't have to buy it. So if you don't feel like you want to buy that kind of stuff and you want to do something else, go for it. Don't feel pressured that you have to. I think once we kind of create a healthy community, other people are going to join you and they're going to really appreciate that. So something that I saw that was really fun, in my son's class, they actually brought little juice boxes, but they were milk boxes, and they had wrapped them with duct tape, white duct tape, and it was Mummy milk. And man, how easy is that? And it's something that's so fun and so different. Another thing about keeping your kids healthy is think about the mixed messages with what we're doing with our health, right? So keep in mind your future and what you're trying to create for your children and for yourself. If you want to create a healthy environment where your children eat and appreciate a healthy body, let's teach them, you know, that if you're going to have some sweets, what's a good portion to eat in sweets? And if you're going to have some sweets, what are some other things that are healthy that are going to help them kind of balance that out? But that way it doesn't send any mixed messages that on holidays we can throw all health to caution and out the window. So so what about you? What about the adults? This is tough because sometimes we get invited to parties and we don't have a lot of control. So here are some ideas. You can be prepared. You can either eat something with high protein that's nutritious before you go to the party, and so that you're actually full and you'll be less likely to eat lots of sweets or candies or treats, or offer to bring something. So if you tell them, if they invite you to the party, ask if there's something you can bring. You can easily bring a veggie tray and shape it in the shape of a skeleton. Or what I've done before is I actually had, I brought a veggie tray and I took a small pumpkin and I cut it out and I filled it up with hummus on the inside of the pumpkin, and that was the dip. So it looked festive, and but it was going to help me get closer to my health goals. So that's just an idea for you. Be picky. A lot of times we eat food because it's just there, right? Especially during the holidays. And so be picky. If there's something that you're going to eat, make sure that it's going to be something that's going to help you instead of hurt you. So check out the buffet table before you even get started. Look at everything that's there, and then choose the few things that you feel are going to help you stay on track with your own health. So, you know, go towards the vegetables and the fruit. Try and do things that will help you so that you're feeling awesome. You can substitute green vegetables for potatoes. Like I said, the veggie chili is a big hit, and that's a great way to stay on track as well. And then the biggest tip that I have for anyone during the holidays is be people-centered. Really, that's why we get together with friends and family. It's not just to eat, it's to be able to be together and have a lot of fun. And you can't really you can't make memories when you're eating all the time, but you can make more lasting, fun relationships and more memorable things when you're playing a game together, or when you are going for a walk together, or you're taking your kids out trick-or-treating and you're just laughing. You know, it doesn't have to involve food in order for memories to be made. And I think that's my biggest tip, is just really focus on the relationships that you have with people around you. Ask lots of questions. Get lost in conversation. You should be consuming twice as much in conversation than you are in actual food. When you do that, it's going to make you feel so much better. You're going to walk away from Halloween having made great memories. And overall, you're just going to be healthier. And so there will be no sugar hangover on a Saturday morning or the morning after Halloween. You're going to feel really good. And you're just going to keep moving your health forward every single day. So those are my tips. Hopefully they're helpful in helping you get to that healthy, happy holiday Halloween day. Okay, thanks. Bye.